Hey y'all. This is going to be a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. It is general, so it's not going to resonate for every Gemini out there. So just take what fits for you. Leave the rest behind for somebody else. I come up with multiple scenarios and I don't sugarcoat anything. So if it doesn't resonate with you, please check either a later reading, because we are not all on the same timeline, or possibly one of your other signs. Your messages could be there. Okay. If you are a cross watcher and you're interested in a Gemini, keep in mind energy is fluid, so this could actually be a message for you. Feel free to switch the roles, take it how it resonates. If anybody is interested in a personal reading, all of that information is in the description box below. You'll find my email address and a link to my Facebook page. There goes my camera with its autofocus issues. You'll find a link to my Facebook page and my email address. Feel free to message me through either, and I will set you up with a personal reading. I don't really post a lot on my Facebook page. It's just, for the business. So it's just a channel to get a hold of me if you need to. We can discuss a reading for you. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the comments. I appreciate y'all just for being here. Okay, so the song I had coming through for you, Gemini, was Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. I have a hard time saying her name. I can't help it. I break tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the lines. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The song it's basically about, usually after you get to a point where it's like you don't want to put yourself out there anymore. You kind of get into a stuck pattern, kind of. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but it's like where she says open up the dirty window. It's like you might just be keeping to yourself, being in solitude, and now all of a sudden you're letting in. It's like, you know what, it's time to move forward with life. I have no idea where, there's a thing where she says we're conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. It's like, you don't know if you're going to make the right choices. We never know if the choices we make are the right ones. But at the same time, if you don't make those choices, no one's going to make the choices for you. Life will stand still. The world will keep revolving, even if you're not revolving with it. Life will stand still. You have to make the choices to get back out there, to take chances, to live. I say this all from a place of I've been in a very stuck energy for a very long time, and I don't put myself out there. I don't. I'm very introverted. I've become very content in my solitude, and someday maybe I'll get into the energy of wanting to be open to it. But I feel like this is for a Gemini who's ready to take those chances at being happy again, because the future is unwritten. We don't know. And the most important thing about the future being unwritten, and I don't know why this just popped into my head, but my first term when I started back at college was a writing class, and I had to write a paper on procrastination and how there are two kinds of procrastination. One is when you have a deadline, so you wait until the last minute to do it, and then you rush to get it done. But the second kind of procrastination is when you say, yeah, I'll do that someday. And then you keep saying someday, but someday never comes. You never take the chance, you never do it. That kind of procrastination can be really stunting to your growth process if you're not willing to put yourself out there. You know what I mean? So I feel like you are in this energy of, no, you know what? It's time for me to move forward. It's time for me to live my life. It's time for me to be happy. So take that how it resonates for you. Let's see what we got here. We have butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Yes, I'm feeling this change in you. I'm feeling this change in, I don't want to be stuck anymore. I want to move forward. I want to be happy. I want to get on with my life. Butterflies, you know, they start out as a caterpillar and then it goes into a cocoon, and I don't know the whole process. I mean, it was how many years ago in middle school we learned the process, but you know, it literally melts down to a puddle of goo and then forms into a new creature. And it's the same for humans. Every process where you change, you have to change the whole way everything about yourself, you know. And when you transform, when you grow, sometimes it's little things, sometimes it's a complete and total overhaul. But I feel like you have changed from a previous version of yourself, and you're loving this version of yourself so much more. So we also have, you are the breath. Listen to and connect to your intuition. I feel like you're being drawn towards whatever it is that, and I find it funny, this card is green. I don't know if you could, the color is off in my camera somewhat, but the card is green, and green is all about the heart chakra. I feel like you're being pulled intuitively towards something that you know is meant for you. Let's see what else we have here. Let's get you a couple romance angels. What do we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising? Sorry, that one went right on the camera. Ooh, we had 4 of them come out. Okay. So we have getting to know each other. Getting to know you. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. We have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. We have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I'm feeling a big opening up. Like I said, going toward, you're being drawn towards maybe someone that you know is meant for you. And it's with this let go of control issues, it's like what I was saying. The future is unwritten. You don't know how it's going to go. But if you don't at least take the chance on whatever it is to become something more, if you don't take the initiative to do it, you've already failed. You know, you only fail if you don't try. Sure, if you try and it doesn't work out, you know, another life lesson learned, you know, more trauma that you have to recover from, unfortunately. But you've already previously learned a lot of it, so it's not going to be as, you know, eventually you get to the point. Now, I never had that filter. For me, it was always everything I went into. If I felt it in my gut, oh no, I always went all in, every time. And yeah, I got burned several times from that because it was not, you know, it was not the same for them. But at the same time, you know, learned the lessons, learned how to deal with that kind of rejection, learned that I'm not for everybody. You know, the more lessons you have, the more chances you take, the more failures you have, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more equipped you are for whatever happens. Go with the flow. Just let it happen the way it happens, you know? So let's get into the tarot. I go back and watch my videos sometimes and go, what the hell did you just say? Because even I don't know where it comes from sometimes. I don't. It just pops into my head and comes out my mouth. It's like turning off that filter that keeps the rational Sorry. All right, let's see what's going on in the recent past energy for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. 7 of Cups. Options, being spoiled for choice. Nothing wrong with that. It's also about indecision, knowing that not everything is for you, because not all of those options are viable. Okay, some of them can be toxic. Some of them can be good. Some of them can be amazing. It's being unable to choose because you don't know what it is you want. I mean, we're all on different phases in our life, different, lessons that we're meant to learn. Really depends on what choices you make. So what's this Seven of Cups about here? What's this Seven of Cups about here in the recent past? Three of Coins, Ace of Wands, Queen of Coins. Okay. Okay, so here in the recent past, one of these options had potential with the Three of Coins, Queen of Coins, something to turn into, somebody you could grow with. Ace of Wands, took a chance on it. Okay. Pretty plain and simple there. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So what's going on in the current energy here for Gemini? Because, well, let's ask first, what happened with this when you took a chance? Moon. Pisces energy. Maybe this person wasn't who you thought they were. Because in this moon card, it always gives me somebody wearing a mask, pretending to be something they aren't, just because you have the wolf and the dog here. Very similar, but different, somebody pretending to be something they're not. Like, you might have seen somebody as, oh, this is, this has the potential. This is somebody I could really grow with. So I feel like you took a chance on it more in the physical way than, because there's no cups, well, other than the options there's no kind of love here, but I feel like they weren't who you thought they were. They pretended to be something they weren't. So let's see what's going on in the current energy here for Gemini. Death and rebirth. There's that transformation. Phoenix rising from the ashes. Something has to end. Maybe a mindset, maybe a way of doing things. I'm feeling a big transformation here with this Death and Rebirth card. Scorpio energy. What's this Death and Rebirth card about? What's this Death and Rebirth card about? Three of Cups. Five of Cups. Ooh. Six of Wands. Okay. Now, you see in this Five of Cups, she's crying over these three cups that have spilled out there, okay? But not realizing that there's still those two cups behind her. Still standing. If you focus on what could go wrong, how can you see what could be right? It's a card of regret. It's a card of disappointment. You have the Three of Cups here. Now, this Three of Cups gives me reconciliation vibes or new beginning vibes, where the Ace of Cups turns into this Two of Cups. It's just the way that this card is set up. It gives me, but it can also be celebration, large gatherings of people. But I'm getting, like, the opportunity for a Two of Cups is still there. If you quit focusing on what you've already lost, you can still have that Two of Cups. But that Two of Cups starts with a new beginning in love, which I feel like will be successful with that Six of Wands there. That's victory. It's success. But you got to quit focusing on the past. Okay. So let's see what the challenges are here for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Hermit card, Virgo energy. Somebody's not putting the work in. Somebody's not taking the time to actually work on themselves. Okay. What's this Hermit card about here in the challenges? Chariot, Cancer energy. Hangman. Alrighty then. That one really wanted to come out. Nine of Wands. Okay. I feel... How do I put this? I feel very much, and if this is you, which I'm feeling it's you, you're not healing, you're not doing the inner work that is keeping you from moving forward, because I don't, your perception hasn't changed on life, because I feel like when I get the Nine of Wands, either in the reverse or in the challenges, I get a feeling of playing victim. Because the Nine of Wands is someone who perseveres, overcomes anything. The Nine of Wands in the reverse to me, or in the challenges to me, is somebody that's like, well, things never work out, so why should I even try? You know what I mean? Does that make any sense to anybody? That's just me as a reader. That's what I get. But I feel like the work's not being put in, and again, focusing on past energy. I feel like you're trying to change, but you're having difficulties. I get it. I mean, I do. I get that we all get that way. It's like not even wanting to put yourself back out there and try. And that song is like blaring in my freaking head right now. No one else can feel it for you. No one else can make you happy. No one else is going to live your life but you. But if you won't do the work on yourself so that you can set your attention to move forward, and you continue dwelling on the past using the I'm always getting hurt type energy, how are you ever going to change your perception and see things from a different way? How are you ever going to just go with the flow and let things happen? How's it supposed to move forward if you won't? Because the Hermit card is about going within. It's about seeing those things, acknowledging the things in yourself that you need to fix, okay? In order for your life to, in order to grow, okay? Because so oftentimes we look at the other person as the problem, you know, and if you're not taking accountability for your own shit, how can you ever grow from it? You just automatically assume that somebody should, they have to accept me exactly the way I am. They have to understand this is just who I am. And cool, that's cool. If you don't want to change, you don't want to change. But how's that working for you? Because it seems to me like it's not. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but, the only person that's going to change your life is you. The only person that's going to be able to make for a better future is you. Nobody can change you. Nobody else makes you happy. You got to do that for yourself. You're very stuck, I feel. So let's get a potential outcome here. I say potential because we all have free will. We all have the ability to change the outcome based on our own actions. That flew out of nowhere. 10 of Cups and your potential outcome. Now, 10 of Cups is the happily ever after. It's what we all want. It's the, you know, the husband and the wife and the 2.4 kids and the white picket fence on the house and the in the suburbs and the, you know, the with the 3-car garage, and you know what I mean? So what is this 10 of Cups? What is this 10 of Cups? What is this 10 of Cups about in the potential outcome? 9 of Coins. Okay. Knight of Coins. All right. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And the Strength card. Okay. Leo energy. You're going to have get to the point. I feel like in the future, honestly, I feel like you're just tired of the games. You're just tired of, but you're trying to put the work in. You're having a hard time because you're not acknowledging your own problems, issues, toxic traits. You're too busy thinking everybody else was in the wrong. Now, if this is not your reading, it's not your reading. Don't force it to fit if that ain't a part of anything to do with you. I'm not saying, because I can say that I've been that way myself. We all have. Where you don't want to acknowledge that maybe I'm the problem. No. We all have our own toxic traits. And I feel like once you acknowledge those in yourself, okay, once you get to the point where you realize you don't, because the 9 of Coins is a very self-sustaining energy. Okay. It's being okay without having someone. It's not having a void that needs to be filled. Like I said, no one else can make you happy. No one else can move your life along for you. Nobody else can make your choices. It's you that has to do them. You have to get to that self-sustaining. It's like, no, I don't need anybody, but boy, I would like to have somebody. It's being solid on your own so that you can have somebody come in your life who is also solid on their own. And it's not codependent on each other, but you grow with this person. And I feel like it's not going to come in the near future, honestly. You got the Turtle Knight here, the Knight of Coins. Okay, it's the slowest moving knight in the deck. But you have to be strong. You have to face your fears of thinking, okay, so I'm never going to find somebody else, you know. We all get that. But eventually, and I will tell you from personal experience, it does eventually pass. And you go, you know what? I hope somebody does come into my life someday, but if they don't, I'm okay. I'm completely okay. And you're going to have the strength to do that, and that's not easy, and I'm not telling anybody what to do. That's just, once you do that, and once you get to the point where you don't need anybody, but you'd like to have it, that's when the happily ever after's coming in for you, you know? You just got to be strong. Got to be strong and wait for, and I know patience is a virtue that I do not have. Honestly, it can be very frustrating waiting for the right thing to come into your life, not going out seeking attention, validation. It's hard, you know, to not look for love when you want love, but eventually you have to get content on just, you know, being solid in yourself. As frustrating and as hard as that is to be patient, it will come to you when it's meant to. So let's get some advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Advice from Spirit for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Hierophant. Now, it's Taurus energy. It can be about having faith. Can also be about a higher level of commitment, marriage. What is this Hierophant card here about in the advice? But I'm feeling very much Spirit's telling you to have faith. But you gotta, the only way to start that journey or get to that point is to be open to it. In order to receive love, you have to be open to love. Hold on, it fell on the floor. If I could reach it. 8 of Wands. Ooh, communication. What's that about? 7 of Coins. 3 of Swords. Ooh. Now, if you're in a current relationship, a higher level of commitment, I mean, the 8 of Wands is about communication. It's about talking, you know. 7 of Coins is about whether you really want something or not. You know, whether you want to continue to put effort and energy into something. And you have the 3 of Swords, which is a broken heart. This is not going to be for everyone, but someone out there may, you know, Spirit may be saying, you know, you need to talk to somebody about you're not sure if you want. Don't. If you're in something you don't want to be in, and I'm just reading the cards. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm not saying anybody dump anybody. Don't go and talk to anybody. But genuinely, if you're not happy in a relationship that you're in, don't stay if it's not good for you. But that was a weird message that came through. It's just, it's a very strange message. I feel like Spirit's telling you, you know, if you, because I feel like it's going to be a slow moving energy moving forward. Because I'm not seeing anybody currently in your life other than this past person, excuse me, who misrepresented themselves, was wearing a mask, wasn't what you thought it was, didn't work out. Other than that, I'm not really seeing anybody until the future once you become solid on your own. But I feel like Spirit's telling you, you know, just be sure that when somebody new comes into your life, you make sure you communicate with them that you've been heartbroken before and you don't want to just jump into anything. Okay. If that made any sense. That kind of ended kind of weak, but hopefully somebody got something out of that. I have a worse time with you guys' readings for some reason. I have somebody that comments on my Gemini readings that goes, I got it. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad somebody did. So take that how it resonates for you. If it does, do me a big favor, click on that like button. If you want to see more content by me, by all means, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I wish you a blessed day. Much love. Bye.